Thank you, Julia. Welcome, everybody, to the next workshop in the Your to PhD series. As you're all aware, and as Julia just mentioned, this is for you to provide and receive peer review on your application documents, in particular, statement of purpose. But if you don't have the statement of purpose, you can also use your CV to get comments. So some background information before we start. As you already know, Charles and I are designer facilitators for this workshop series. And today we also have with us Lori Pollock and John Bell, who are part of this program as well. So diving into this session is really designed for you to identify areas in your documents, in your SOP or your CV that might need improvement, and also to identify specific edits or refinements that will help you enhance the CV or the statement of purpose by making those refinements. So let's get started. Before we get to the actual session of peer review, I want to just provide some basic information about what you should do when you provide peer review or provide effective feedback. First is, in anything that you're seeing or providing feedback on, try to identify what is it that you like. That does help the person receiving the feedback make sure that those things stay on and that there's validation for certain things that they've done. Anything that you critique, make sure that you're providing some reasons beyond simply just that I don't like this or this is not great. Having the reasons behind why you're critiquing something is very useful to know how exactly to address that critique. And perhaps you can also, in addition, provide suggestions yourselves, in addition to the reasons that you provided, to fix the issues that you're identifying. One other thing that I want to stress is you may be providing feedback on the content, which is great, but formatting, flow, kind of how things look, do they fit together well? All of those issues of articulation, presentation are really important as well. And so in addition to looking at the content when you're giving feedback, you should be paying attention to those issues as well and provide feedback on those. On the flip side, how do you use the feedback that you will receive today? First, take detailed notes about what people are telling you. You might want to have a separate copy open so that you can annotate specific things and write comments as you're receiving some of this feedback. Brainstorm yourself after the session, or maybe just write down ideas that others have brainstormed during the session about how to fix any issues that might have been identified. And then consider that everything has multiple perspectives. So there may be 2 or 3 different ways of addressing a problem, and there may be trade-offs between addressing it one way or another way. And so you need to take those into account when you're trying to identify how to optimally edit and enhance your documents. So with that, let's get to the peer feedback session. Some logistical information about how this is going to work. We will split you into breakout rooms of about 3 or 4 people. I think 4 people or so per breakout room. And then you will take turns sharing your screens and presenting either your statement of purpose or CV for others to give you feedback on. So the person who shares the screen is receiving the feedback, and everybody else in the room is providing feedback. And then we'll switch after about 5 or 10 minutes to the next person. The program team, so there's 4 of us, we will facilitate the discussion by joining the breakout rooms and kind of guiding you along about how to transition or when to transition to the next person. Now, before we jump into the breakout rooms, we want to tell you a few things. So I'm going to hand it back to Julia so that she can inform you of those things, and then we'll split you into breakout rooms.
Thank you, Samir. So again, thank you all for joining us today. We hope that this session is incredibly informative, or at least useful as you move forward with this next step in the application process. Just so you all are aware, once this meeting ends or once you leave, you will be prompted to answer a survey. We would greatly appreciate it if you could complete that survey. Getting your feedback is helpful for not just improving these sessions, but also thinking about what you might find most useful. So if there's something you'd like to see next year in the spring during our computing research engagement and awareness workshops, or if there's anything that the UART PhD team can be doing to make sessions like these more helpful, please be sure to let us know. Next slide, please. In addition, if you'd like to review any of the workshops that we had earlier this fall, you're welcome to view them both on the UART's PhD website or on CRA's YouTube channel. I will be putting those links in the chat for you, but they are also readily available at cra.org/UARTPhD. Next slide, please. And then if you would like to view any of the workshops from the Computing Research Engagement and Awareness series, where you can learn a little bit more about what computing research is, what it can look like, you're also welcome to check those out. Those are also available on the website as well as CRA's YouTube page. And my last announcement here is that our applications for our undergraduate research methods course, now titled the Undergraduate Research Training course, are open. So if you know any first-time researchers who are looking to get involved in research and would like a little bit more guidance on how to read research papers, how to put together a research proposal, or skills that are similar to that, we would highly encourage them to apply. There is no research experience required to participate in this course, so if you know anyone who could benefit from this, please feel free to share that information with them. Those are the end of my announcements, but if at any point you have any questions about the UART PhD program, you're more than welcome to reach out to us at uartphd@cra.org. Thanks, Samir.
Great. Thank you, Julia. So will you make breakout rooms for us and assign people?
Yes. With that, I will pause or stop the recording, but if anyone has any
But
questions.
maybe,
Are we
yeah,
doing like 2 breakouts, 2 rooms?
we'll see. I think we might need more than those. Is the recording stopped?
I will be stopping it now.
Maybe